How's it going, everybody? I'm Red Out Comics, and this is a different video they're usually used to seeing on my channel. I'm going to be talking about the Batman problem. So recently, DC has had a lot of Batman books coming out, and there's way, way too many Batman books coming out right now. So today, I have a special guest star. You may recognize his voice. It is the Flash aficionado himself, CJF Hotshot. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine today. And yeah, this is a problem that needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going over. Okay, so the DC February 2022 solicitations just came out, and
Yeah.
the amount of Batman books right now is absolutely insane. So if you count all of the books coming out in February, I think there's like 58 books, right? Something like that. So 52% of all of those books are Batman or Batman related characters. So
It's a major issue.
absolutely. I mean, it was at 48% just like 6 months ago, right?
Hmm.
Went up to 50 a few. It went up to 50 a few months ago. Then it went up to 56%. I believe in December it's going to be 56% of the books are going to be Batman.
God.
So now I guess in dropped a little bit. Still, 52% is way too much for Batman.
We just got past the Batman event in like this date, didn't we? And that was terrible.
Oh yeah, yep, absolutely. So we'll go over. We'll just talk about the events right now. So events in the past since 2019. Okay, there have
Yeah.
been three, well, not even three, four big Batman somewhat events. So there was City of Bane, which only took place really in the Batman book, but it was a big event where Bane took over the city. Okay, written by Tom King. Right.
I hate that guy.
Yes. Then there was Joker War, another big event. Joker took over the city. Another big event within 6 months. It was another big Batman event.
Yeah, written by James Tynion the Fourth, which I think was his
Yes.
first Batman event.
Yes. I like Joker War. Well,
Mm.
I prefer it over Tom King. Let's just say that. Then, less than a year later, or a year later, there is Fear State. Fear
The one
State
we just got,
happens.
yeah.
Yeah, Fear State happens. And now we're getting Shadows of the Bat, which is a weekly Detective Comics event. This weird Arkham Tower thing that sounds a lot like the thing from Arkham City. It's
Probably
just,
is. Yeah.
yeah, because the
Probably.
Batman books have a track record of stealing other people's ideas right now.
Yeah, even in Tamazi's Detective, they stole the Arkham Knight, which worked out quite well for it. But like ultimately, at the end of the day, it felt less impactful than it probably should have.
I mean, I like that story. I think he did a better job than the game did,
Yeah,
personally.
because the game was just like the Red Hood, like pow 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 pow. Except he needs a new name so we can have mystery and so we can have Arkham in the title.
Yeah. I was saying, there are too many Batman events right now.
Right. Yeah,
Way, way too many Batman events.
and that's not
Um,
even like counting like Future State and whatever Jace Fox is supposed to be doing.
yes, there's also, okay, so there's Batman, Detective Comics. There are like seven different Batman miniseries in Black Label right now. There's Batman Urban
Batman
Legend.
Imposter.
Yep, Batman the Imposter. I actually quite like that book.
Same,
There's whatever the
same.
bloody Fortnite book was.
Yep, Batman Fortnite.
That
Apparently that
was
did really successful, which makes sense. Um, I have a bunch of Batman miniseries. They got like four Batman ongoings. They have a couple digital exclusive series. There's just too much Batman. And you gotta wonder at some point, will fans get Batman? Like, will there be a bat fatigue at some point? Because you can't
I mean,
keep.
it already is there. bat fatigue exists.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
But yeah, Batman's still selling 130,000 an issue. Batman Fortnite was apparently extremely successful. Detective Comics sells 60K issue. Um, just
Robin's still quite successful, and so is Nightwing.
yeah. Same with Joker. I know Joker's selling like I think like the first issue of Joker sold 80,000, and it's consistently stayed in the 50Ks.
That's pretty decent for like any book, though. Like 50K is like
Yeah.
solidly and consistently.
Yeah. Those are really good numbers. Well, usually Batman is always at the top. He's always selling over 100K unless it's Tom King's Batman, but he's always so much higher than all the other books right now. And then you sort of have like there's maybe a book in like the 80K zone, maybe it's in the top 10, and then you just have a bunch of books that are like, well, then a successful book would be 50,000, 40,000 units. Then everything below that, that's where usually all the DC books sit, like 30,000, 20,000, sometimes even below that.
Yeah, luckily Flash is at 30,000 right now, which means it's solidly stable, I'd say. It's like Daredevil levels.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I don't blame DC Comics for doing that. Every time, the Batman books always sell more than everything else. Batman is the highest selling comic book in the industry. It's been like that for years. Ever since, yeah, it's been like that for at least a few decades.
It's been like that since Batman Hush, I think, right?
Yeah. Right. But if you use Batman so much, like if 50% of your line is dedicated to Batman, people you're going to start to lose fans that like other characters or enjoy Batman but can't handle all the content.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Here's my like argument. If you have like a company, the company is going to promote what sells the most. What sells the most is Batman.
Mhm.
So how you counter that is that you have to promote more variety. You need to promote more variety so that you can sort of counterbalance this.
Mhm. Like, how do you get other characters more successful? I don't know. You put them out there.
You
You
give them animated shows, you give them more appearances.
you give them more appearances. You don't dedicate it just to Batman, and then you have more successful characters,
Yeah.
and you don't just have to rely on Batman.
Even outside like media helps, like stuff like JLU and Young Justice and stuff, even Brave and the Bold, it gets
I
like
love
exposure. But it's
Yeah.
like all this stuff gets new readers in, right? Shows help. Give more character shows, I guess, is all I can say.
I think just like more promotion in general, like even just like promoting comic shops, for example, would like increase almost every book's sell base, not just at DC, but also potentially at Marvel, Image, IDW, and Boom.
You need a lot more advertising. Like I'd even
Yeah.
see like, hey, maybe in a movie or maybe after I don't know, a cartoon or something, right? They put at the end, like, say, go to comicshoplocator.com and for reading more adventures about Superman or The Flash.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, you could
Right,
that's
do it at the end of Superman and Lois for Superman. You could do it at the end of Flash for the Flash and just like not count Flashpoint. Just like put in like key issues of Flash, like Born to Run, Move Forward, Running Scared, etc.
right.
yeah, exactly. And like you could have like maybe this is too much, but you could have like a show on after sorry, you know how they have like those after parties sometimes for shows?
Yeah.
You could talk
Yes.
about how this comic book is kind of like what they're doing right now. Like, how did this comic book influence the story that's going on right now? Right? I mean, this is just basic stuff that would definitely help comic book sales.
Right.
Yeah. Just anything. Even like if you're like in the even like other nations, you could like promote online reading or the closest thing you have to a comic shop. Because like mine would be like Forbidden Planet, for example, in the UK, which
Like
most
we
people
don't
have
have
book.
comic shops in India. We don't have comic shops in India. So like you also internationally spread stuff. You get like comic shops, but like kind of rarely, very sparse. So
Yeah,
what you do is like you promote this stuff outside and you allow them access. They have that DC Infinite thing, and I don't think India has it currently.
I'd
Yeah, that's
say go for Comixology then.
why the Batman Fortnite crossover did so well. What they did was they put skins in the comic book.
Right,
A free skin if you buy this comic book, right? So that got people buying the comic book. That got people reading the comic book most likely. Right? I like Fortnite. I like Batman, so I'm going to read this comic book. Hey, and look, I get a free Batman skin and a Harley Quinn skin with it. So
right.
they need more marketing stunts like that. Say there's Batman the Caped Crusader coming out right now for about to come out. It's on like Cartoon Network and HBO Max.
Yeah, I like Ethan Hawke. I think he'll do well. Solo
Like they
Spider.
could, yeah, like they could just put something at the end to read a comic book, or like you need more. That's the big problem. That's why comic books aren't selling the best.
Yeah, it's probably like I'd say it's the biggest issue other than oversaturation.
That brings us back to the topic of the video. Yeah, so they definitely just need more comics. They need they need different series, just not just Batman. When are they going to give us JSA series? I love it.
I think
I
it's
don't
coming.
know.
I think it's coming.
I know
I'm like
it's been
50
coming for
on whether
3 years. I mean, just like give me other series. That's all I
Right.
ask. Give me. I'm fine. Okay, have Batman books if you want 10 Batman books. Whatever. It sells good. Okay. I want
Urban Legends is a great idea, for example,
yeah,
Right.
because it can give exposure to like anyone in the Bat family at any point.
got Batman on the title. Usually Batman's on the cover, so people are going to buy it and then hey, look at these other characters that you might not know. And then hey, you could pick up these other stuff. You could introduce these characters and grow other
Right.
characters.
Like I like the grifter thing they did, the 6 issue arc.
Mhm.
Stuff like that helps. Like mini stories help to sort of give more people exposure.
Urban Legends was in the news recently with Tim Drake as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, the three
Yeah,
parter.
so that's
The
definitely
three
going to
part.
help.
It ended the
Yeah,
same as like the Gia story with Zadarsky.
And
yeah.
unfortunately, like that, you sort of see it with Superman Son of Kal-El. Marketing stunts.
I'm a major
It's like
defender of Sonic Kal-El, and one thing that I will probably be against about it is how weirdly it's marketed. Because instead of being marketed as the brand new Superman for a brand new generation, it's leaning heavily into the politics of the book, which
Yeah.
barely play a factor in the grand scheme of things. Like they play a factor, obviously, but if you're going to pander to a, for example, leftist political audience, which most people are at this point, you're still gonna
yeah,
run the issue
99%.
of making people feel like outsiders for not really caring about, let's say, climate change in a superhero book. Like, you know,
I feel instead of like CJF, like you said, instead of marketing him as a new Superman in a new direction, a new exciting direction for the Man of Steel, because it's John, it's his son, he's different than Clark. Right? They've really, as like the media, has marketed it as this is the gay Superman. It's really
yeah,
not. Like specifically said himself, it's not trying to make this just the gay Superman. We're trying to make him his own character
Yeah.
and have all types of character traits and just be a Superman.
there's layers to
Mm-hmm.
everything, and I feel like mainstream press, especially, kind of gets rid of it because of like their own like spins on agenda, and everything just gets lost in the controversy. Whereas if we just like marketed the Superman book as a Superman book and multiple platforms, it would have like it would probably sold like hotcakes.
Oh yeah, like that's really the whole theme here. I guess we're going on. These marketing techniques, instead of doing publicity stunts and relying on just one character and milking him dry, right? Do other things, do more interesting things with the characters, try out other characters so other things can be more successful.
Another thing to say about like in the creative direction about having too many Batman books, and that is you're gonna run up ideas real quick. Not only with like the Bat Rogues, but like with Batman in general. Because once you've like done all of these books at once, what comes next and what comes next? And if you rehash the same
I mean,
story,
they are
you could
trying
tell
new
people
stuff.
That's
eventually
what they're
you can
They're
make
kind of trying to soft reboot Batman with him leaving Gotham and Batman Inc. and all.
so GF, that's really what they're starting to face right now. They keep
Yeah.
rehashing the same story. They can't. They're running out of ideas. There's too many similar stories we've seen before. It's like the same story over and over and over again, and it's really getting tiring. And I feel at some point, like the general audience of comic picking up Batman, they're going to start to get tired of these grand, Batman taking over the city, or not Batman, or this, and Batman having to rise up again and take back his city. It's gonna, that's so stories been told so many times, people are gonna start to get tired of it. And then if you keep doing it because you've run out of ideas, you run out of interesting stories to tell,
Mhm.
then you're screwed. And
Like
the only
they
way,
are currently
and the
trying to
only,
like yeah, they're facing that problem. They're trying to do stuff like Batman's leaving Gotham and Inc. and they're trying to make new villains. So it's good at the same time. Like I don't know where like Bruce as a character can go in the future because he is also like there's a storyline about Batman's mortality which they can do. There's that if
oh,
they do want to move in a new direction.
And whilst Batman's like burning through all of his ideas, there's some writers in other books that just want to get their ideas out in the open. Like Jeffrey Thorne's taken ages with his Green Lantern to get his fucking point across. Jeremy Adams wants that Flash family book so we can tell all of his stories all at the
Yeah.
same time, and then you can pass it to another writer.
Mm.
And then there's Batman having all of his ideas leaked out of it until it's a rotten corpse of what it used to be in 2009.
Urban Legends is actually doing good with like some of the side Batman characters because it's giving them these mini stories to do.
Yeah. But again,
Yeah.
books like The Flash and Green Lantern, they should be more successful. Those books are doing interesting, or at least different stuff with the characters. Green Lantern is doing new, interesting things. Sure, the power battery was blown up, but he's introducing all these new concepts. The Flash, same thing. He's introducing all these new, telling interesting stories with the characters again, right? Instead of advertising rehashed since 2011, do something different and advertise these brand new stories and advertise your characters that are really popular, like a Flash, right? And
Right.
focus more on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna do some closing thoughts now. All right.
Yes.
How many Batman books? DC needs to definitely widen their line. I'm glad we got a Shazam book. We're getting a Shazam book and Aquaman book in February. Two cool series,
Three
right?
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, then we got like 3 new Batman books as well.
Yeah.
Stop with Batman. Try to push your more other characters more.
Hmm.
And can I just
Really
say, also stop pushing the whole like Robin's agenda.
Mhm.
I don't want to say agenda, but like for example, like Robin and Batman. Robin. You only need Robin as a book. Robin's was like a hack vote. Like
Mhm.
it was just like voted for on Instagram
It's
over and
kind of
over.
shit, but some parts aren't that bad.
Yeah, I just want Kyle to have his book, but
Yeah,
DC keep like
Well, they're
blocking
gonna have.
it because
But
just give.
Robin's book.
I mean, Robin and Batman.
Yeah, so just give other characters a chance. That's really, I think, the big theme of the video. All right, I think that's all we have to say. If you have anything else you want to add, for Mr. Flash.
Yeah, I'll have to add a bunch of stuff. For Batman, you have this stuff going. You're doing this stuff with Detective Comics. You're doing Batman Leaves Gotham. Please do something different.
Absolutely.
Be different. You
Yeah.
have a chance.
Closing thoughts is subscribe to Elk's YouTube channel. Viewer at home. He releases videos like this with extreme passion. And if you have the time, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I have a YouTube channel now.
Mhm.
And currently, as of the time of recording, I'm finishing up my Green Lantern saga.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I don't
Definitely
have
check that.
I don't have YouTube. I don't have YouTube, but follow me. Follow the Superman and Flash aficionados and just some rando. This would probably be my address.
I mean, I'll link all of your guys' social medias down below. Definitely follow Mr. Flash. Follow CJ channel. Um, subscribe to me if you want. I have a Patreon where I upload exclusive content if you want to support that. Like the video if you liked it. Okay. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay. Uh, do you guys want to say goodbye?
Yeah,
In a bit, yeah.
goodbye.
See you all in the next one. Goodbye.